Hello everyone and welcome to my Smite Basic Jungle guide. This time it's been updated for the new map changes that came with Season 2. And the god picks haven't changed, the starting build hasn't changed much I don't think, just a few changes to Bumba's Mask, and the basic jungle route has been the main change, and I've drawn out a new map for that, and that will be available for download in the description as well. But before we get started, I just wanted to thank you guys so much for the support I got on my previous jungle guide. Seeing that at the top of the YouTube search results after I type in Smite Jungle Guide is absolutely insane. But anyway, so thank you for that. I hope you enjoyed this video, and let's get into it. So on to the gods that you want to be playing. So the first god that I'd recommend you play is Mercury. So he has good chase and secure with his 3, which dashes you into the enemy, and then if you turn around while in that animation it will throw the enemy in the direction you're facing, so you can throw them back towards your teammates. He also has great initiation with that 3 to pluck out a really high priority target from the enemy sort of group. And he also has great initiation with his ult because you can just instantly dash through people and stun them. He also has insane late game if you get those crit chance items on him, although they are quite expensive, so you do have to wait until the late game to get those. His 2, which increases his attack speed, does give him insane solo fighting as well, and then if they run away you can always just use your 1 and throw that out a certain distance to secure the kill. His weaknesses are that he is hard to make comebacks with if shut down early. As I said, he needs those critical chance items, which are really expensive, so you can't get those until the late game. So if you get shut down early, you're going to find it very difficult to get those and make a comeback. He is also very squishy, meaning he doesn't have a lot of health, so if there's some very high damage dealers on the enemy team, you are going to struggle in staying alive. However, once you've got those crit chance items and you can do a lot of damage, getting 1 lifesteal item is really worth it, because that can combat his squishiness very nicely. The next god that I'd recommend you learn to play is Hunbats. Now he has great teamfight potential. He can initiate really well and also defuse the teamfights with his ultimate by crowd controlling the enemies so they can't attack you for a short time unless they beads or something. And then he also has really strong early game with his 2, which does a lot of damage early on. The only disadvantage to this is he does fall off slightly mid-game temporarily, but he does come back in the late game, and he is also very mana intensive, so you're going to be using a lot of mana using his abilities. The other god that I'd recommend you learn to play is Freya. Now she's the only magical jungle I'd really recommend as your learning jungle. So she has really good chase and secure with her combo auto attacks, which is her 1 and her 2. Her 2 slows the enemy as you're hitting them, so it allows you to chase up with them and finish off the kill. She also has really good solo fighting because of her natural lifesteal that she has, and really good sustain because of this as well. Her problems are is that because she's a mage, she's very easy to shut down in terms of sort of squishiness, and if you're not doing enough damage as a mage, then you're basically useless for all else, so she's really easy to shut down. And as I said, the one thing that makes her good is her 1 and 2 combo, which makes her great to do damage, but it does mean that you're going to have to aim those auto attacks, whereas most mages have massive AoE circles of death, whereas she is very auto attack based. So if you struggle hitting auto attacks, maybe Freya is not the god for you until you get better at that. So now on to what items you want to be building. So not a lot has changed in Season 2. You still want to be getting that Bumba's Mask starter item, which gives you MP5. It also gives your basic attacks and abilities extra damage versus camps, and allows you to get the same amount of gold if you share the camp with someone else as if you were soloing it, and also heals you for a percentage of the camp's health after you kill it, which is really useful. You then want to get Hand of the Gods level 1. You can get level 2 and forego the next item I get, which is boots, but I prefer to get Hand of the Gods 1 and level 1 boots to build into that warrior Tabai all that sooner and get extra damage and all that sort of stuff. You also want to get a health potion and a mana potion, and then make your way to whatever camp you're going to be getting first. I'll cover that in the next part of the guide. You then want to use your first ability on the camp and then hog away the 2 side minions. However, if the ability you're using is something like Thor's 3, which has a long animation time, you probably want to hog away the 2 side minions first, because otherwise you're going to take damage from them while you're in the long ability animation. One exception to this build is Freya, so you're still going to want to get that Bumba's Mask and the Hand of the Gods level 1 along with the health potion and the mana potion. However, if you choose to go with the Hog 1 and boots over the Hog 2 without boots, then you're going to want to get shoes instead, because you can't get boots on Freya because she is a magical damage, so shoes are just the magical equivalent of boots. Another exception is Thanatos, because you're going to get Death's Toll on him as the starter item instead of Bumba's Mask, because he doesn't need the MP5 because he uses part of his health instead of mana when using abilities, and you don't need the healing from the camps because his 1 gives you crazy lifesteal, so the extra physical power and health from Death's Toll helps out a lot. Other than that, same build, Hog 2 and without boots, or Hog 1 with boots, it's up to you, along with a health potion and a mana potion. So now onto the route that you want to be taking. This map will be available for download. There's a link in the description, and I've got some extra tips on screen for you as well. You can read through those at your own time on the downloaded image. I'm not going to go through every single one of them now, and I will also have a gameplay clip coming up after this little image, giving a sort of more practical demonstration of the route you want to be taking. But you're going to start off at your speed buff. Now this is always on solo lane side, and you're never going to start at your red buff anymore. Unlike in season 1, it's always going to be speed buff from season 2, because your speed buff is on the same side, no matter which, whether you're on chaos or order side of the map. Once you've got that, you're going to go over and help the solo laner get his mana buff, and then head on to solo lane. Now, unlike before where you would maybe stay till level 3, 4, you're now only going to stay till level 2, maybe level 3 if you're pushing it a bit. Just go on, clear a wave or so, maybe poke the enemy a little bit, and then get off as quickly as you can. Go to your back camps, and once you've got those, you can then go and gank a lane, because mid camps don't spawn in at the start anymore. So you can go over and gank duo lane, or you can go over and gank mid lane. I've indicated both possibilities. And then once 3 minutes has come up, mid camps are a priority. As soon as 3 minutes comes up, you want to make sure you're already at mid camps, ready for those to spawn up, and after that you can recall or possibly gank a lane, depending on how much gold you have and whether you want to buy items or not. So in my last video, I got asked to include some more gameplay relating to what I was talking about in the guide. So here is some gameplay showing the jungle route that you want to be taking. I will occasionally just interrupt and explain why I'm doing certain things, or what a good play would be to make it in the situation. But other than that, guys, I hope you find it useful. Sit back, grab your popcorn, and enjoy. So here I just wanted to point out that if you do end up getting into a fight on solo lane, and whether it goes your way or not, if you are low on health, don't feel afraid to recall and get your health back, as you'll see I do in a second here, because it's not worth to stay on lane and try jungling on low health, because you're just going to get picked off and get the enemy another kill. So as I did here, just recall, go to base, heal up, maybe buy an item or something if you have the gold, and then go and finish off the jungle route as you would normally.
An enemy has been slain. Group up. Nice job. An enemy has been slain. Be careful of the man.
So here what you see me do is go around the back of tower to stop Xbalanque recalling. He's weak. I know I'm not going to get the kill, but stopping him recalling just means that he's going to be on lane all that extra time, and it's going to take him longer to get back to lane. Don't do that if the ADC is someone like Neath though, because they just end up stunning you in tower, and that wouldn't be good. But you can always just try and poke them a bit, harass them. Even if it doesn't get the kill, it can still do more than you think, as long as it doesn't go horribly wrong for you, like if they have a stun. But that's just sort of being careful. Now here you see I'm a little bit late to mid camps. Ideally I wouldn't have been, but I just went on to help clear up that wave on duo lane, and then the support. I was in a Skype call with the support who told me to just help clear that before we went to mid camp, so that was fine. Here's an example of where, like, you should always try, if there's an opportunity to get a kill, go for that instead of camps. Kills put the enemy behind as well as putting you ahead, and camps obviously only put you ahead. Problem with that is that we didn't put enough damage out on Anubis before he killed me with his ultimate. That was just a bit unfortunate, but I got an assist for it. Our mid laner got a kill. That Anubis is now dead and is losing XP, and we can push mid, which mid tower should always be the tower that you aim to take first, just in general, because it opens up their entire part of the jungle. Mid tower is a huge factor when you're trying to invade and things like that. So that is it for the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed this updated guide for Season 2. If there's something I didn't cover or something you want to know more detail about, then please let me know in the comments. Also, I hope you enjoyed the guide. If it didn't, again, let me know in the comments what I can do to make it better. Please leave a like if you like the video, and obviously subscribe to see more. It'd be great to see if we can get this video up to first in the YouTube search for Smite Jungle Guide like we did with the last one. And yes, I hope you enjoyed, and goodbye.